All right, well, welcome everyone. Happy New Year. Oh my goodness, it is. I love the start of a new year because, when we start New Year's, it's all about new goals, new beginnings, and just, pretty much new everything. It's like turning a page in a book. And, you can make this year whatever, you decide to make of it, for your life in general, but also for your Arbonne business. January 1 is just kind of like, let's set new goals for our businesses. And so I did send out an assessment, a 2018 assessment, and then your goal setting for the first month to all of the managers on our team, and then you guys are to share that with your teams, because it is so important to set goals for our life, but most importantly, since we're talking about Arbonne here tonight, for our Arbonne businesses. And the reason we set goals, because goals keep us more focused, goals motivate us, and goals help us create a roadmap to where we're going. If we just go, lackadaisical or willy-nilly through the month, our businesses generally don't grow. And if our goal is to grow our businesses, we need to set goals so that we can create a roadmap to reach those goals. And so I encourage everyone to set a goal for your entire year, and then break that goal down into monthly, what it will take, what you need to do monthly, what your monthly goals will be, so you can reach that greater, bigger goal for the year 2019. And so take a couple of days, the next few days, if you haven't done it yet, and really think about what you want to do with your Arbonne business in 2019, and then work backwards. And then what do you need to do in January to help reach that goal by the end of December. And so, what I want you to do is I want you to share that, the goal, and your roadmap with your sponsor. And if you're brand new to Arbonne, then work with your sponsor to set goals and to create that roadmap. And once you do this for several months, you'll get the gist of how we set our goals and how we map it out to reach it every month. So goals for 2019, make them big, because as we saw, Arbonne is starting to really roll out some great opportunities for us, some great incentives. And so the promotion that Arbonne put out for us in January, that is just awesome for building our businesses, is the Reach District Manager in 1 month. So, for all of those who are new, that's an incredible promotion, and your sponsor will help you map out or make your roadmap so that will happen for you in January. And so for those that are at the consultant level, absolutely make reaching DM by February 1 with the new promotion. Make that your goal for this month. It doesn't get any better than that. For all of us for all those who are at the consultant level, it doesn't get any better than promoting in 1 month. And Arbonne has given us the incentive to do that. And your sponsor will help you develop the roadmap to get there. And so just a couple of ideas to go along with that. If you watch the video that Arbonne made about this promotion with the reduced qualifications, and so the reduced qualifications are 3,500 QV, in the month of January. And I know if you're new that sounds like a lot, but actually really only 1,000 of it has to be you. If you sponsor other business builders on your team, then the rest of it can be what you help them create. And so for all of us who are at the consultant level on our team, again, it's you and the other consultants. 1,000 of it has to be your personal, and that's what you personally buy yourself, and that's what your preferred, and that includes your preferred clients and clients that order, that's attached to your number. And then when you sponsor consultants, the rest of that 3,500 can be what they are doing. So it is totally achievable in that direction, but we can also look at it when getting people to join our 30 Days to Healthy Living. So you could find 12 people to join the 30 Days for Healthy Living for the month of January. Now we have 3 30 Days to Healthy Living that this will count for. We have the January 14th, the January 21st, and the February 4th, because you have to get your order in the week before February 4th. So we have 3 more 30 Days to Healthy Living in January to order for. And so you could get 12 people, so it would be 4 people into each group. But it doesn't have to be 4, it could be 5 into one, 3 in another, however makes up the number 12. So if you get 12 people to join you in the 30 Days to Healthy Living, then that would be the 3,500 QV that you needed to promote to district manager. All right, so how do you find people to join the 30 Days to Healthy Living? The way that you will find the most people to join a 30 Days to Healthy Living is to host a healthy happy hour. Whether you host it in your home, somebody else's home, at a local restaurant, you do it via Zoom like this. However you host it, this is how you will get the most people to join a 30 Days to Healthy Living, because you are talking directly to them. You are explaining directly to them what our 30 Days to Healthy Living is. Now, if you're a brand new consultant, you don't have to host that yourself. Well, you host it, but your sponsor will do the presentation. Your sponsor will describe the 30 Days to Healthy Living to your guests. And and you can do that 3 times in the month of April. And if you do them virtually, that's very simple. It's not a lot of work on your part, but I tell you, you generate more excitement when you host a live healthy happy hour. You will get almost everybody who comes will join will join the 30 Days to Healthy Living. It's proven. If you do it live and you do it with people in your home or somebody else's home, they're all, 90%, 95% of them are going to join the 30 Days to Healthy Living with you. And so that is a surefire way to get people into these programs. Another way to get people to join the 30 Days to Healthy Living is to call and ask them. Give them a short, brief overview, send them a video. We have many videos. There are many videos available that describe the 30 Days to Healthy Living. So you call and ask, say, I'm going to send you a video, and then follow up with them and get their order in for the next 30 Days to Healthy Living. And then another possibility is to ask people who are in a church group with you or who are in a social group with you, say, let's all do this together and keep each other accountable. And then that way you can, easily find 3, 4, or 5 people for each program for the January 14th and January 21st and February 4th group, and you can do it along with them. And it's actually, to keep them accountable. And it's actually good for you to experience our program either for the first time or again. So I kind of combined 2 things together there. I talked about the Arbonne promotion of Get to District in 1 month, and then I also talked about our 30 Days to Healthy Living and using that to help you get to district manager in 1 month. Now, if you're already a district manager or an area manager or a regional vice president, it is our goal to get as many people into our 30 Days to Healthy Living as possible. And January is a super month to do that because people are looking to get healthy. People are looking to make a change. And our best-selling product in Arbonne in January and February is our 30 Days to Healthy Living program. Our best I guess the best product all around that we have to offer people is our business opportunity, but the actual product is the 30 Days to Healthy Living. And we also share the skincare and the hair care and all of that too. But again, people are more excited about the 30 Days to Healthy Living right now about getting healthier than they are anything else, because I know we all overindulged through the holidays. So it is time. Jamie and I are actually starting tomorrow. We're doing the January 7th. We couldn't do anything through the move. It was just too crazy. So we're actually doing the January 7th, and we actually have 4 people doing the 30 Days to Healthy Living with us. And so we are holding them accountable and they're holding us accountable. So we're really excited. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have a new meal plan for the 30 Days to Healthy Living this time around. And so we're going to go by the new meal plan too. We're going to experience that also. All right. So talking about the 30 Days to Healthy Living, now I want to turn it over to Laura, because there is something new about our protein powder that I wanted Laura to fill us in on, so that when we're talking to people about our 30 Days to Healthy Living, this is something you can share with them. And this was something that was very important to one of the girls who joined, who's doing the January 7th Healthy Living with me. She asked me specifically if our vitamin B was methylated, and if I said that correctly. And because I've been so busy, I was like, oh yeah, it is, but I couldn't tell her anything else about it. So that's why I asked Laura to share with us, so we'll all know the details about that. All right, Laura, turn it over to you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, our new protein has methylated B vitamins. So folate and vitamin B12 are methylated. And really, that's kind of a big fancy word, but what that means is that those forms are available. If you have vitamins that aren't methylated, they're not going to be absorbed. You have to have the methyl group on there so that they can be absorbed. So you could have a really high content or really large percentage of a vitamin in something, but if it's not able to be absorbed, it's not going to do your body any good. And we're seeing more and more things like that. You have to have a good source of vitamin C for iron to be absorbed. For turmeric to be absorbed, you have to have a little bit of black pepper. So it's not just a one size fits all approach. You have to make sure that what you have is actually going to be absorbed. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to be utilized in your body. So Arbonne, again, ahead of the curve, giving us what we really, really need. So vitamin B12 is something that is usually not available in plant products. That's one vitamin that is recommended for people that are vegan. They really need to take vitamin B12 because you don't really get it in plant-based products. So I'm really excited about the methylated vitamin B12.
Thanks,
Any
Laura.
questions?
Yeah. Any questions? Anybody got any questions for Laura?
I do. So just to be clear, it was not in the old one, but it's in the new one.
I don't know.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's correct. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't research the old behind us.
I actually have a question too.
Yes.
And y'all I have a bad cold, and so
Okay, you have to talk. I can't hear you, Stacy.
Okay. Can y'all hear me? I have a bad cold.
Oh, I'm
I don't
sorry.
have much of a voice. Can you explain the fiber thing again? There was a question on Voxer. There was a question about the fiber being Like, why would it be included in the
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so our fiber in Fiber Boost is insoluble fiber. I'm lying to you. Our fiber is soluble fiber. Insoluble fiber is like what's in Metamucil. Okay, so it's all dietary fiber, but insoluble fiber per bulk. Soluble fiber forms like a gel. So that soluble fiber is more like the Swiffer. The insoluble fiber is going to be more likely to bind with the nutrients. And I realized I'm looking down because Stacy is down in my video. I need to look at the camera. I'm sorry. It's like Brady Bunch. Hey. So the insoluble fiber can bind with different nutrients. And so that makes those nutrients not absorbed. And that's why our soluble is really great, because soluble fiber is not as likely to bind with the nutrients. Does that make sense? So we actually get the nutrients. Renee, did you have something?
I did. So the methylated is a term used to describe a vitamin. If a vitamin is methylated, then it's more easily to be absorbed. Is that what that word means?
Yes. Well, it has
any vitamins
yes.
methylated?
Well, it's specifically like folate and vitamin B12 are the ones that are really need to be methylated. Does that make sense? Kind of.
I want to say something.
Go, Tara, please.
A little help here.
Yes.
So it's basically just like back to biochemistry, and I know we all kind of phased out during that class, but it's actually kind of important.
It is.
But I grabbed a box of Fizz Sticks because the Fizz Sticks have B12 in them. And that's a big selling point or just talking point too for anyone who's wanting to know where the energy comes from if it's not like 200 milligrams of caffeine. So,
right.
But the B12 in the Fizz Sticks is methylated.
Okay.
So I love that. I'm not sure if it was previously, but I know it is now because all the Fizz Sticks I have now are the new updated, better version.
I don't have any old Fizz, but I'm gonna get mine and look.
It's just absorbed better.
Maybe somebody had a BlackBerry box, because I don't think the BlackBerry was ever updated.
Yeah, the BlackBerry wasn't updated. You're correct.
Okay, I got it right here. Nope, it's methylated.
In the old one too.
BlackBerry. Okay. This is methylcobalamin. Do you see that on vitamin B12?
Methylcobalamin.
I'm sorry, it's backwards, but yeah, and that's BlackBerry. So I'm gonna keep walking.
So some people are concerned about that or interested in that, and some people aren't. But the more
it's good to know.
I know my client, she says her doctor specifically wanted her to take vitamins that had methylated B12 because of something with her profile. I don't really, I didn't get into that, but she was specifically looking for that. And so I said, well, that's so interesting because our protein powder now has that. But I did send Arbonne a message to ask them if because they are reformulating our power packs, and asked them if our new power packs were going to have methylated B12, and they couldn't answer me yet. They said the old ones are not, and that's the answer I got. So very good. Then they can tell me what the new's going to have. So I guess they don't really know yet. Maybe they're working on it.
Okay, so I'm just looking, for the first time really putting these new protein powders side by side. And our new protein has 6 grams of fiber. Did y'all know that?
No.
Maybe you did. It's impressive. It has 5 grams of soluble fiber and 1 gram of insoluble fiber.
Oh, wow.
And our old protein powder, I think it had 1 gram of fiber.
Yeah.
Anyway, super exciting. For the dietitian, sorry, some of you are like, I don't really care, but
So did any,
it's the little things that get me
care,
so
Laura.
excited. Tara too. Yeah, our old only had 2 grams of fiber and our new has 6. That's fantastic.
So that could be when we're adding the fiber boost, because we always say we start with a little bit. I mean, that could be very important to start with just a little bit of fiber boost so we don't get too much.
has
Yeah, and
anybody taste tested the new proteins?
I have, and I can't tell the difference.
Okay.
But of course,
Just curious.
I make smoothies, with the fruit and the spinach and everything. So I really haven't been able to taste the difference. I've not just drank it straight. So I can't tell. Anybody else notice any difference?
I haven't opened mine yet.
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah. But it also the new has 6 micrograms of vitamin B12. It has 250% RDA for vitamin B12. And our old only had 1 and it wasn't methylated. So really cool.
Yeah. That can be very, very impressive for people who are looking for that particular vitamin. So that's fantastic. All right, now we're going to kind of change directions, and on our last Team Huddle, I introduced everybody, and then I put it out there on our Facebook page. I introduced everybody to Life Word, and I do recommend that you get this book. It's a little bitty book. It's a little expensive, but as an Arbonne independent consultant, we really one of the best things we can do for growing our business is to grow ourselves. And so Life Word is just a really, really amazing little bitty book. I mean, you can quickly read it if you want to, or you can spend a long time because there's a lot to digest in here and a lot to think about. So it has been found that if you pick a word to focus on, that yourself and your business will grow tremendously. And so I had a couple of Voxers from Krista who was really digging in to this book. And so I wanted Krista to share a little bit with us about her experience reading Life Word.
All right. Did anybody read it yet? Has anyone read it? Or I'm just looking through my Brady Bunch thing here. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to kind of cliff note it for you. So I thought, it's only 98 pages. I'll do this in a day or two. But I took the long road because it's a lot to digest. And I thought, it's just something I'm going to do. Well, spoiler alert, no. Once you get into chapter 8, it actually, you have to ask other people to put in some words about you too. So when you do it, I highly suggest that you follow all the steps so that way you get the real life word that's going to come to you. So just so you know, chapter 8 is really when the work happens. Everything leading up to that, it's really just telling you about, it's giving you some stories. It's telling you exactly where, there's 3 circles, and then where the life word fits in. So the focus is on the power, the purpose, and your passion. And I'll just kind of tell you a little bit about what those are. Your purpose is really where you could wake up every day and say, I'm made for this. And then when you get into your that's really what your calling is. So if you think about, what is it that you wake up every day and you say that about, and then what is your cause? What is something that just really drives you and it moves you to do something about it? And that's really where your purpose comes to fruition. And so it's really neat because when we read, what was the book we read? I think it was Get Over Your Damn Self. There were a lot of questions that we had to go through. And we always talk about have the why that makes you cry. And that one really, I thought there were some really good questions that really dug down deep But for whatever reason, this one, it asks some similar questions, but it gets really like, it just does it even more. And I think it's because there's this end goal. You're like, what's my word? I really want to know what this word is. And so when you get to chapter 8, that's when the real work comes in. And so I'll just kind of tell you what some of the steps are and some of the questions that you get into. So you find out, you're asking yourself these questions about, what do you naturally excel at? What gives you joy when you do it? And this is really part of defining your power. The second step is determining, your purpose and your calling. What does the world need? And then, what are you made to do to fill what this need is in the world? And then what can you do that's going to make a difference? And so this next question really gave me chills when I answered it. What breaks my heart? And so really up until now, because there was a big thing that happened over the break for me, I had told Kim about it, and I really haven't told anybody about this. Today, a year ago, was when we did, my mentor, Linda, she passed away. We did her celebration of life today, a year ago. Today's Epiphany. And so we did it. And I had met with her husband, Carl, over the Christmas break. And he is handing his business or her business to me. I don't know what that looks like. It's public speaking. It's powerful appearance. We're image consultants together. I have no idea what this looks like. But anyway, he told me basically, he said, Krista, you're the legacy. Well, when Kim told me that we had this life word and I opened up the book, the first thing I read is, what's your legacy and how are you going to live it? And I'm like, what? So I keep reading. And also in this book, it talks about words, obviously, because that's what we're trying to find. And as you're going through it, saying, what would be some things that people would say about you? It's morbid, but it's not. What would be some things that people would say about you at your celebration of life, at your funeral? And so again, this is all about words. So the end result of all of this, again, is to find what your word is. And I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but you're going to have to get in a place where it's quiet, you don't have any distractions, and you have to bring all your energy really center. And you're going to have to ask, kind of God for your word. What is my word, God? And really listen. I had to do the exercise 3 times to really get mine. And I'll share with you what my word is. It was not a word that any of my parents gave me. It wasn't anything that my husband gave me. It wasn't anything. But my word was energy. And I was kind of off put by it. And I was like, I don't know if this is my word. But I validated it by going and I went on my phone and I went into Google and I actually Googled how to find your life word. And the very next book that came up was Energy Bus. And so I know that's my word. So I was like, and I get chills just talking about it. So guys, it's amazing. It's a great thing to go through. It says be patient. So really be patient with it. It probably took me with Kim. So it was last Sunday. I didn't get my word until Friday. And I read my book every day, just trying to do a little bit more. So it's totally worth it. Can't wait to hear what your words are. And just get your word. Okay, that's it.
Love it, Krista. Love it. And I think what we all need to do, if you're going to participate in this, I think what would be really cool is to post your word on our Facebook page and what that word means to you. And I think that will encourage everybody else to find their word. To find what your life word is. And, again, like I said earlier, it's going to help you stay focused. It's like it's part of your goal is to bring to life that word, to live that word. So anyway, thank you, Krista. Appreciate it. So now just a few housekeeping things, which would be, we have a nation meeting tomorrow. And so that will be on Zoom again. And Georgie and Amy will be Zooming from Hawaii. They are at the MVP meeting in Maui this week, and so they will be Zooming from Maui tomorrow, our nation meeting. So it should be super exciting to see both of them there. And I believe Amy's going to actually lead the meeting, if I'm not mistaken. So I thought I saw that on our VP Voxer. All right, so that is 8 p.m. Central Time, so 9 Eastern. And what does that make? Sherry, Mountain? Was your Mountain? I don't know. Yeah.
7.
7. Okay, so 7 Mountain. All right, so nation meeting tomorrow, and I will have our recognition ready by tomorrow. I've not done it yet for the month of December, but I will have it ready for tomorrow. Our next team huddle is going to be January 13th at 8:30. So next Sunday, we'll meet back here for another 30 minutes just to keep us cohesive, keep us focused, keep us moving forward. And I hope to see everybody on here. Be sure and let your teams know that we'll be meeting back here again next Sunday. And then just in closing, I want to encourage you all to find your life word. And if you don't want to purchase the book, do exactly what Krista did. Google it. There is a lot of information on the web about your life word. So Google it, just read a little bit about it, and then really think about what your word is, so you'll have a focal point for this year. And just think, I mean, how simple it would be. What if one word could enhance the direction of your life for this year? What if one word could enhance your Arbonne business for this year? Would it not be worth it to find your one word? And again, it's all about personal development, you know, building our Arbonne businesses and being successful in this arena of social marketing. You know, we have to be strong personally to get out there to be influencers, because to be an influencer, people have to want to follow you, and you know, they have to want to do what you're doing. And so you have to be strong and magnetic, and that's what personal development does for us. It makes us strong, magnetic people, and then people want to join our businesses, and people want to live like we live and use the types of products that we use to help them live a healthier lifestyle like we live a healthier lifestyle. All right, that's it. That's all for tonight, guys. Thanks for jumping on. It was so good to see all of your beautiful, beautiful faces. And I hope to see you all on the nation meeting tomorrow night. And yes, I know the nation meeting is during the football game. My husband was like, really? I was like, sorry, you know, yep, I'm going to be on the nation meeting. I said, but it'll only be an hour, maybe a little bit less. And I said, then I'll be back there watching football with you. So anyway, if you can tear yourself away from the football game, I think you will really enjoy, you know, hearing from Amy, who is at the MVP retreat in Maui for the first time. So you're going to get to really experience the excitement of that through her. All right, guys, good night. Thank you all for being on. I'm going to turn off the recording.